February is Black History Month, and all month long we're telling stories about issues and people making a difference in the community. The California Legislative Black Caucus is making history to start off the month by announcing a package of reparations bills.
Yeah, this makes the state the first in the country to seriously consider reparations for black people. And ABC 7 News anchor and race and special justice reporter Julian Glover here with the new details.
A lot of folks have been saying this has been a long time coming for sure. This package of more than a dozen bills aims to make good on some of the more than 100 proposals issued by California's first in the nation state reparations task force in the summer of last year. But even here in California, in a state where Democrats hold a supermajority, the political calculus involved in passing these bills is far from simple.
Reparations is not charity, it's not a handout, it's not a gift. It is what was promised, it's what is owed, and it's something that is 160 years overdue to African Americans who built this country.
The state of California is now one step closer to making good on that promise to repair black Californians harmed by the legacy of slavery and anti-black policies in the century and a half since emancipation. The Legislative Black Caucus is announcing a package of more than a dozen reparations bills, the first step in making black Californians whole.
I mean, I'm hoping that we'll all be successful. I'm realistic enough to know that there's going to be some setbacks.
State Senator Stephen Bradford of Southern California is one of the Legislative Black Caucus members behind the reparations package. Bradford is one of two legislative leaders who served on California's first in the nation reparations task force. Assemblymember Reginald Jones Sawyer is the other.
We have this momentous task of trying to get legislation and budget recommendations done. We're looking at probably a 5-year strategy on how to do this.
The bills come from the more than 100 recommendations released by the task force last summer at the conclusion of 2 years of work. The package includes in part bills to expand access to career education and financial aid in redline communities, prison reform, improved access to healthy foods, and a formal apology from the state. In the Assembly chamber, in the Senate respectively, do you think that there is the will there, enough votes to make this happen?
I think we got work to do. I'll be real honest with you. We have to do a lot of work with our members and our colleagues to get them there.
I want to talk about the economic calculus of it all. Obviously, as California faces a significant deficit right now, how do you make the case to your colleagues to say that we need to put some money aside?
It's going to be a tough year because of the budget, but I've been here at the toughest times, and we found ways to fund those things that we said were a priority.
As for the black Californians like Andrea Jordan, who can draw their lineage back to an enslaved African brought to America, they say reparations is long overdue.
My great-grandfather was a sharecropper who had 17 children and worked from sunup to sundown and died with absolutely nothing. They took his land and created laws to keep his land, and he died with a frown on his face.
What do you think he would say about you being here today, making sure your voice is heard, carrying on his legacy?
I would hope that he would be proud and know that I stand on his shoulders, and there are no better shoulders to stand on.
Both legislators said while the work ahead in winning over support for reparations during this really tight budget year will be difficult, Governor Newsom has met with the Legislative Black Caucus and seems to be open to working with that group. So certainly time will tell if they're actually able to make some progress in this really tight budget year.
Yeah. Figuring out the funding is going to be the big challenge.
Critical.
Yeah. Timing's tough.
Yeah, but you could feel the emotion in her voice for sure.
For so many.
Yeah, thanks, Julian.